We are at the listing appointment. But before we can do that, we have to learn something about being expert listeners. I like to call it the power of the pause. During the fourth step on the road to the one thing, we found out some valuable information. We have now become what would be considered caring counselors, loaded with all the information needed to proceed, always making sure that we ask the client permission to continue along the way. Because if you don't, they may be not too happy about the way things are going, so you got to check that. So it's now time to sit down, and sit down at the kitchen table, or that's where I like to go ahead and sit, and move towards getting approval in the employment contract between the brokerage and the clients. Why do I like to sit at the kitchen table? Well, that's kind of the place where a lot of family decisions are made, isn't it? So find that place and always ask permission. Can we put everything here on the table and go sit down? Now, if you're at the office, it's a little bit different, because typically that's where you want to bring a buyer. So when you do that, make sure you got a checklist with you. That helps keep both you and the clients on track. You're going to learn a whole lot right there if you find out, okay, well, you know, the buyer is ready to buy, they've been pre-approved with the lender, and so on. And the goal is twofold here, obviously. Once you do that, is to find out, first of all, what their needs, wants, and dreams are when it comes to purchasing their property, and of course to get the employment contract signed, so everybody knows where you stand in this relationship, the most important thing they can purchase in their life. So let's say you're on the listing appointment. Always be prepared. Research the property that you're going to go see, and make sure that you are the expert on it. It doesn't take long to research what was paid for the property, when they bought it, how it's titled and what names it's titled in, and other critical property data, such as maybe even the building size and how many rooms and bathrooms, making sure those all match up with what they have. And if you can, have a listing presentation prepared just for them, and always have some pre-listing packages delivered beforehand. And if time doesn't allow for that, keep a few in your car, just ready to go on short notice. Maybe somebody you followed up on. I've had this happen. People call me up that I was talking to a week ago and says, okay, we're ready to list our property, and I'm not close to the office, but they're ready to do it. I want to go ahead and strike while the iron's hot and get it done. So once we do that, we're ready to proceed on this listing appointment. We march on.